Well, hello and welcome to Outdoor Oklahoma. I'm Todd Craighead. Now, many of you are probably already familiar with meteorologist Lacey Swope on News 9 in Oklahoma City. And if you've been watching, it's obvious that Lacey's passionate about her work. But if you've been paying attention, it's equally obvious that Lacey is also passionate about the outdoors.
A lot of guys, whenever they find out that I hunt, their first question is, do you really? I grew up hunting. I grew up in a family of hunters. I had no idea that not everyone did this. It's what I do. I hunt and I fish, and I've done it my whole life, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud that we are able to do that. I feel blessed to be here on this creation, and I feel like every animal that I'm able to harvest was put there for me to do that.
Well, as Lacy and the crew forecast, we did get some severe weather yesterday. We got some good rains. That was very good.
That was the nice thing. Yes, we had some hail. We did have some wind, severe hail, severe winds. We had a little bit of wind damage some places in southwestern Oklahoma, but we got some very decent rainfall out of it in southwestern parts of our state. This is why, no matter how severe a thunderstorm is, you go indoors, my friends, because that would not be fun. All right, that's what it looked like in the air yesterday. Luckily, no tornadoes out of the system, just the lightning, the hail, the strong winds. We can handle that here in Oklahoma. Go back to computer now, I'll show you some of the I got into the weather business and interested in meteorology simply just from being in Oklahoma. I think we're all so weather aware. My dad was always a big hunter. When I was teeny tiny, I mean, I just grew up around it all the time. My mom, big into bass fishing. My parents bass fished together, and they did a lot of tournaments, that sort of thing. And I just grew up with my brother being 3 years older. We were super close, and I don't know why, but I was always obsessed with anything my brother was doing, I was doing too. So if he was playing with Tonka trucks, I was playing with Tonka trucks. And I had my camo overalls on to match his camo overalls and whatever we were doing all the time. So when my brother started getting interested into hunting and fishing, I did too, just because he did it. I feel really blessed to be in the position that I'm in, and I get told a lot by young girls or moms that, hey, you know, my daughter looks up to you. She doesn't have any of her friends that like to do these kind of things, but she thinks it's so cool that you do. The system Saturday, high threat of hail and wind. Sunday is really going to be dependent on what happens Saturday. Exactly where this dry line sets up will be key Saturday, and that will play out Sunday. Right now, the threat Sunday looks to be right along I-35. And I think what's so funny is a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, you're so dressed up, and you're, you know, all the makeup and the hairspray and, you know, all of that. How in the world do you really do that? I get that question a lot, and I'm like, yeah, I get to play dress up 5 days a week. That's the way I feel. You know, I get to come in here and they do my hair and my makeup, and trust me, this takes a long time, and it's me, but it's not me. Me, the real me, is whenever I get to go home and, you know, I have my ball cap on and my camo, and I'm out in the woods. And so I love that other little girls and other women think that's neat, you know, because they feel like, you know, if there's more of us, then it's a little bit more acceptable. My dad started bringing my brother and I here whenever we were really little. Actually, a whole family would come out, and then we both he'd bring us out individually by ourselves or together, and we've been coming out here since we were really little. And really, both of us, you know, just kind of know the lake like the back of our hand, and caught some really nice fish out of this lake. Usually, you know, we start fishing in the spring and would fish all summer. We've done a lot of night fishing out here. And I've caught some of my biggest fish ever that I have on my wall. My pride and joy came from this lake. So we don't spend a lot of time on other lakes, actually, because it's kind of quiet. There are no sea-doos allowed or anything like that. So it's strictly a fishing lake, and you see a lot of fish other people catch. That's usually my luck. The boat next to me will pull out the big one, but it's a lot of fun. It's always quiet.
She's got a real nice career going now, got a great husband and so on, which is really all a brother could want. And to see her basically keeping in touch with her roots, coming out doing things like this, hanging out with us, staying close to the family. She, yeah, it's been real nice. I couldn't ask for more. Did you see that? He just he just came up and grabbed it right as I was taking it out of the water. I actually wasn't watching and didn't.
Oh, he's so cute. Is that a minnow?
He's ambitious.
Is he a minnow? He almost hooked his eyeball.
Look at that. Are you kidding me?
Double.
What? I think mine's bigger.
Hey, watch your head.
Oh, you got a lot of hooks.
I think that it's so incredible to just be out in the public and to have people come up to you and say it's nice to see somebody else actually does this and you're willing to talk about it. And what's weird to me is I'm just learning. In some cases, it's a taboo subject. I never knew that. I grew up hunting. I grew up in a family of hunters. I had no idea that not everyone did this.
A very, very nice viewer
Yes.
sent you this hiking
This
stick.
is a hiking stick, and it is the coolest handcrafted hiking stick ever. And it even says Channel 9 weather girl Lacey Swope. And this comes to us from Alan and Betty Moore from Roosevelt, Oklahoma. And they watch the noon show every single day. And they said this is so whenever Alex or David or Kelly Ogle tell me to take a hike, I will have something to take with me. And look at this. It is a full-blown handmade hiking stick.
It is really nice.
So thank you so much for sending that in. I love it. It's going to get put to good use because I get told to take a hike a lot.
Oh, for the record, I don't think I've ever told her to take a hike.
I have a finger. It's a really awesome special finger. It doesn't bend because a certain someone threw a rock on it when we were little and broke
I
it.
feel like the wind's picking up as soon as we get
So whenever we, when I fish, oh crap, Tyler, you're going to get me hung up. Tyler! Never mind. So whenever I fish, I'm supposed to, bend your finger. And you can't bend your finger. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. Hey now. See, it's perfect eating size, right? This is a monster. Oh, you've done it now. Just a rusty hook, it's okay. I have to get multiple tetanus shots a year. There we go. There he is. It's huge, it's a monster. These are those trophy bass I was telling you about from this lake. They get huge like this. A very small chunk of my time is actually spent on air. It's usually 30 minutes to an hour. The rest of my 8-hour to 10-hour to 12-hour day is spent looking at data, computer models, looking at current conditions on the Oklahoma mesonet, figuring out exactly where storm systems are, and also checking out radar and looking at all the data that's available to us to put together the most clear, concise forecast. Everyone and their dog calls you and wants to know what the forecast is going to be on this day for this particular reason. And I was already looking up the exact sunrise, exact sunset, exact, daybreak, that sort of thing. And I just decided if I'm looking this up and hunting's so huge and hunting season is opening, like I really try to really focus on the opening of seasons because that's when the most people are going out. Why don't I just try to put it on air? But first, we've got to get down to the business. And that is the fact that archery season, I'm going to call it archery season, not bow season. Bobby was thinking about bows for her daughter's hair when I showed this earlier. Okay, it's archery season. Bow season is yes, archery. Okay,
Lacey.
In the morning, 58 degrees with light winds. This is Tuesday coming up. First light, 7 a.m., sunrise at 7:25. If you're going to be out in your stand, hey, take a break midday. It's going to be hot. And for the evening hunt, winds picking up out of the south-southeast, 10 to 15. Last light, 7:39. If you're like me, you count down to this like you do Christmas, and it's almost here. Hunting and fishing is huge, and I think it's even more common now than it was when I was a little kid. And you know someone in every family that loves to do, hunting or fishing or, hunting birds or upland, whatever it is they're doing. Someone loves it. And most of our viewers know somebody that is. So I still get, elderly women that'll message me like, my husband loves to see those forecasts, even though she's like, I don't hunt at all and I could care less, but my husband loves it, so I watch just so I can tell him, or my grandson's gonna go out this weekend, so I'll watch that way I can tell my grandson what to do. Light northeast winds, 57 degrees Sunday morning.
Hey, do you clean your own deer?
I do. That was one of my dad's things whenever I first started hunting when I was like 11, 12 years old, was that if you kill it, you clean it, you help process it, and you eat it. So
I love that.
that's the way it goes.
We love some
in the
Lacey
Evans Swope
Swope.
family.
There you go.
We love some Lacey Swope. I know your parents are proud right now.
Oh, yeah. They say they are, but they say other things too. So.
They're watching right now, right now in their camo pajamas.
Absolutely, yes.
I actually got interested in her because she hunted, and I was a big hunter. And her father, of course, is an outdoorsman. And he took to me, thank goodness. And he kind of showed me the ropes on bass fishing. Of course, we both like to do it together. It's not like you have to leave your spouse and go off for the weekend and do something completely opposite. We do everything together. Hunting, fishing, camping.
Growing up, being real little doing it, it's kind of all I ever knew. It was normal to me that that's what we did. That's what we've always done, is to fish or even to hunt, to do the same thing. It's what you do on the weekends. That's what I thought everyone did. I found out that's not what everyone does. But I've just done it ever since and carried it on. And when you grow up doing something, you don't know any other way. And now whenever, in the city on the weekends, that's fun, but you're always wishing you were here, if nothing else. So thankfully, and I'm so thankful for that. I'm thankful that they took the time to take us out here, bring us out here as kids and as a family to learn how to do this, because it's definitely something we'll pass down to our kids and continue to do. I mean, there's a lot you can do in the Oklahoma outdoors. There's a lot it has to offer. And luckily, our parents spent the time with us and our grandparents spent the time with us to teach us how to do all this stuff. And so we still come out here, every chance we get. Yes, the fish is on! Get the net, get the net. Look. All right. I'll net him, Case. I'll net him for you. I don't want you to lose him. He's pretty big. Oh, we do. This is a good one. Look at that. It's a trophy. Hey, that'll eat.
Yeah, it will.
Finally, one to put in the kitty. Mine was a little bigger, but that's okay. That's okay. I think mine was just a little bit bigger. Let's go ahead. We already got one in the kitty. He wants to join his friends. My fish have been getting real lonely in here. Oh. Ah. Get the net, somebody. Oh, we've got another bass. Yes, this is a good eating size too. That's what I call a good eating size. It's perfect. And I just want to point out that that's 3-0. My husband has no fish right now. Not that we're competitive at all. Oh yeah.
I believe I caught the first fish.
You did? Oh.
Yeah.
You caught one already?
Yeah.
Oh, see, it's negligible.
Mm-hmm.
So small. This one is perfect. This is what we come for. It's so much fun. He thought he was big. He pulled like he was big. Finally, on the grass beds, it's working out. If we keep going like this, we will have a mess to eat at least. And they all get kisses. Yeah, it's so exciting now too to see how many women are into hunting and fishing. I mean, growing up as a little kid, I was the only girl I knew most of my life that was interested in those things, and because of that, there was no clothing for me. I had all my dad's camo, my brother's camo, they would give me, and I still do. I still like to wear those things and whatever. But now, you can go to stores and you can find an entire section dedicated just to women hunting. The bows now are geared more for women. I grew up with, hand-me-down bow from my brother and that sort of thing, and now they have, gosh, there's pink on everything, which is hilarious. It costs more, but it's nice. And I know now, especially having the Facebook and Twitter available, there are so many women hunters out there, and it's just exploding. And it's so great. It's so great to see. I get seriously more little girl fishing pictures sent in than I do little boys. There are so many little girls that are interested, and they're picking up bows now. They're archery classes in school. It's so exciting. I think we're really seeing a shift in the way people think about hunting. It's no longer just a men's world, a man's world. It's women are right along there, able to do the exact same thing. And I was raised that way though. I was never talked to like I was different or that I couldn't do anything, that I couldn't go out and bow hunt, or I couldn't go out and, you know, fish or whatever it was that anyone else was doing, and I was going to prove that I could. And I tried my whole life to do that. I'm only ever truly happy whenever I'm away from the city life completely. That's why every single spare second that I get, if I can drive away, that's what we do, and that's what we've always done. And sometimes it's difficult, but I can tell you, whatever extra second that we have, my husband and I, we're hitting the road, we're heading to our property, and we're gonna get out there away from the electricity and the running water, and we're gonna enjoy, you know, what we have out there, the campfire and the stars, and just enjoy Oklahoma wildlife. And I really don't know why you wouldn't do that every spare second that you have.
There is certainly a growing trend of more women in America that are enjoying things like hunting and fishing, and Lacey Swope was fortunate enough to have grown up in a family that introduced her to it at an early age. But a lot of women didn't have that opportunity, and fortunately there are a few organizations out there that are stepping up to help women out. One such is the National Wild Turkey Federation's Women in the Outdoors.
The NWTF realizes that outreach is of vital importance. So therefore they have Women in the Outdoors, which is one of their outreach programs that reaches out to women, knowing that women need the comfort of having a place to go to learn and to resource them.
I've heard about it for a couple of years from some other people, and when Deanna said let's go, I said yes, let's go. I like to hunt, I like to garden, I have a horse, I like being outside. A lot harder.
You're out of bullets.
Thank God. Jeez. Next.
One of the hardest things that I have as a Women in the Outdoors coordinator is convincing ladies to free up the time to come and to learn something on their own. The one thing I like to tell them, because women are so overcommitted, they've got to make sure they've got everybody took care of before they can take care of themselves. But one thing about it is if they learn to not only make everybody else happy, but they need to learn to make themselves happy. And nature is a good place to go to for that. Women have a tendency to be a little intimidated, but there's a lot of great resources out there that we can go to. I mean, number one, I start with the men in my life, or the people I know that hunt and fish or do the things in the outdoors, the hiking, the mountain biking. I go to them and ask, you know, can I tag along? You know, I'm interested. And most people that love what they're doing are more than happy to share what they love. You know, for a woman, I would say find a local lady. I know we as an Oklahoma State WEDO program are going to start trying to put together more women hunts, ladies hunts, because we're a little more comfortable when we can go as a group of ladies and learn together. That way it's not quite as intimidating. We're all learning at the same time. And we always have professionals with us. Usually when we go on a hunt, we have a whole array of ladies from beginners to some experience and some all in between. I would suggest starting out with a Women in the Outdoors event. And then if you like it, you can pursue it further, and you've just met a bunch of ladies that are pursuing it with you. So, you know, there's comfort in numbers.
The National Wild Turkey Federation's Women in the Outdoors program is just one of several ways that women can get connected in the outdoor recreation lifestyle. To find out more information about events around the state, log on to our website and check out the outdoor calendar page. Hey, thanks for joining us today. For all of us at your wildlife department, I'm Todd Craighead, and we'll see you right here next time on Outdoor Oklahoma.